let's be honest, subtraction can sometimes be a real pain. You know, all that scribbling and crossing out numbers, borrowing from the next column, it gets messy. Well, what if I told you we could get rid of all of that? Today, I'm going to show you a little math magic trick that makes borrowing completely disappear.
Okay, let's start with a classic problem. 1,000 minus 476. Now, just look at that for a second. Your brain probably goes into autopilot, right? You start on the right, so you can't take 6 from 0, and then you begin that whole chain reaction of borrowing. It works, but it's kind of slow and clunky.
So, here's what I want you to do. Take that whole process of borrowing and just toss it out. For what we're about to do, you absolutely do not need it. We're going to solve this thing in a single, clean step. So where does this amazing shortcut come from? Well, it's from an ancient system of Indian mathematics found in texts called the Vedas. It all boils down to one elegant little phrase, a sutra called Nikhilam Navatascaramam Dasatah. That one line is the entire secret. So what on earth does that mean? Well, the translation is actually incredibly simple and beautiful. It just means all from 9 and the last from 10. This is it. This is the one and only rule you have to remember to unlock this whole thing. So what's this rule actually doing? It's an incredibly fast way to find what's called a number's complement. Just think of it like this. 476 and its complement are the two puzzle pieces that snap together perfectly to make 1,000. So when we subtract 476 from 1,000, we're really just looking for that other missing piece. Okay, let's put it into action with 476. The rule is all from 9 and the last from 10. So we take the first digit, 4, and subtract it from 9. That gives us 5. Easy. We take the next digit, 7, and subtract it from 9. That gives us 2. And for the last digit, the 6, we use the second part of the rule. We subtract it from 10, and that gives us 4. And bam! Just like that. You put those digits together, 5, 2, 4, 524. That's not just the complement of 476, it is the answer to 1,000 minus 476. No borrowing, no mess, just one pass left to right. Pretty cool, right? That little light bulb moment is what this is all about. So let's make sure this new skill really sticks. Now it's your turn. We're going to do a few together until it feels like second nature. All right, first one up for you, 100 minus 58. Just apply the rule we just learned. All from 9, the last from 10. The number is 58. Try it in your head right now. So in your head, you should be doing two simple steps. The first digit, 5, you subtract from 9, and the last digit, 8, you subtract from 10. That's the whole thought process. And what'd you get? 9 minus 5 is 4, 10 minus 8 is 2. The answer is 42. See? You can solve that way faster than you can even find the calculator app on your phone. Okay, let's pick up the pace. Rapid fire time. 100 minus 39. Think 9 minus 3 and 10 minus 9. You got it? 61. How about 100 minus 24? That's 76. Let's go bigger. 1,000 minus 643. Take a second. That's 357. One more. 1,000 minus 817. And that's 183. You are getting this. All right, you have totally got the basic technique down, but you know how math is. There are always a couple of special cases. So let's look at the two situations that can sometimes trip people up, just to make sure you're a true master of this. Here's the first one. What do you do with a number that ends in a 0, like 580? Now, the rule says last from 10, and it is so tempting to apply that to the 0. But here's the key. The last means the last non-zero digit. So in this case, the 8 is our last digit. You apply last from 10 to the 8 and all from 9 to the 5. That final 0 just tags along for the ride. So the answer to 1,000 minus 580 is 420. Okay, here's the other classic speed bump. What happens when you're subtracting a number that has fewer digits? For example, 10,000 minus 865. See, 10,000 has 4 zeros, but 865 only has 3 digits. This can throw things off if you're not careful. The fix for this is so simple it feels like cheating. You just pad the number with a leading 0 to make it match. So you think of 865 as 0865. Now the digits line up perfectly, and we can just apply our rule. 9 minus 0 is 9. 9 minus 8 is 1. 9 minus 6 is 3. And the last one, 10 minus 5 is 5. The answer is 9135. Problem solved.
So you might be thinking, okay, that's a cool trick, but when will I actually use it? How about every time you pay with cash? Imagine you buy something for $6.34 and you hand a cashier a $10 bill. You need to know your change. Well, your change is simply the complement of 634. You can do this in your head right now. All from 9, last from 10. So 9 minus 6 is 3, 9 minus 3 is 6, and 10 minus 4 is 6. You get 366. That's 366 cents or $3.66. You can know your exact change before the cashier even opens the drawer.
And there you have it. You've just picked up a skill that can totally change the way you look at subtraction problems. Let's do a quick recap of the most important things to remember to really lock in your new math superpower.
To really make this stick, just keep these 4 points in mind. First, this special trick is for subtracting from powers of 10, like 100, 1,000, 10,000, and so on. Second, make sure your answer has the right number of digits. It should match the number of zeros in the number you're subtracting from. That's our padding rule. And finally, always remember our 2 tricky cases. For a number ending in 0, the last is the last real digit. And for a number that's too short, just add some zeros to the front. That's the whole system.
Learning this one simple rule makes a whole category of hard problems suddenly feel effortless. And it really makes you wonder, doesn't it? What other parts of math that we all struggle with are maybe just waiting for us to find a simpler, more elegant way to look at them? What other secrets are hiding in plain sight?